guys? Again, this is versus kicks, and again, this is just my video that I will be uploading. It's been a while since I uploaded. I'm just don't have time. I'm so busy. So let's get it started. So I have here five pairs of newly released Nike basketball shoes or hoop shoes, and I want to discuss which ones for you. Um, Four of them I already use it. The GT Hustle 2, I have not. It's gonna be, you know, pretty soon, maybe this week. But I just want you to know the comparison of each basketball shoe and which one's for you. So, as all you can see, very vibrant colors. These are my colorways that I got. Personally, I like these colorways. Just mainly because it's kind of unique. You know, some right now, uh, your colorway should be eye catching. Not because you don't know how to play basketball or you just want to rock them. Okay, so let's start from the old release to the newest release. Let's start with the GT Cut 2. Okay, by the way, this is my GT Cut 2 in this colorway. I have not used this specific shoe yet, but I have the black and gray one, which I really, really like. So, what I noticed with Nikes, the newer ones, except for the LeBrons, um, their toe box right here is kind of narrow. I've been really not really complaining about that just because I have a wide foot on my toe part. Not because I have a flat foot, but it's just my toes are kind of wide. So the GT Cut 2, which one? What's the reason why you'll get this one? Okay, for you guys who love drop-in midsoles, like technically, they really like an extension of your feet when you're playing. One advantage of the midsoles is the drop-in midsoles is, the extension really, you feel that the midsole is moving with your feet. So I think that's one of the like the Kobe's. A lot of people like the drop-in midsoles. These shoes specifically, if you want the drop-in midsole like connection with your feet and the shoes, it moves together, your feet and the midsole, then you need to get this GT Cut 2. The downside of the GT Cut 2 is, I can say, um, it's not low to the ground, a little bottom heavy. Later on, I will be weighing each one of them there. These are not lightweight shoes. Um, by the way, this is the box where you see that arrow, which is the GT Cut 2. A lot of NBA players rocking the GT Cut 2 just because they said if you break them in properly, then you'll get it. One advantage of this is the lacing system, like a V here. So this one really, the first two eyelets really help you secure your shoes here. Very breathable, and the mesh and the upper. But once they form creases, then they look ugly, to be honest. All right, so again, the disadvantage is it's not a light shoes. It's heavy, a little bottom heavy. The React shoes help you with the cushion. So if you like impact protection for a drop-in midsole, then you can go with the GT Cut 2. Okay. Next one that was released is the Tatum 1. This is the lightest of all these shoes. So if you want the lightest shoes, the most minimal shoe, and you need to go with the JT1. So I love playing with these shoes, especially when I use my insoles or my move insoles. It's very light, that it feels like very low to the ground. The cushion is perfect. It's not clunky at the heel part. I like the colorway. The downside of this is if you'll be playing a lot with these shoes, and look at this, look at that wear and tear. I've been playing in a wooden court. clean wooden court, and it's still, look at this wear and tear right here. Then the outsole, the midsole, or the foam is not very durable. So, I mean, again, if you want a light sole with a good impact protection, very low to the ground, then you need to get the JT1. By the way, for the JT1 and the GT Cut 2, I went through to size. This is very, for me, it is a wide foot friendly than the others. If you want to compare the toe box, they are both wide feet friendly. That these two, comparing to the next other shoes that I'll be reviewing. Outrigger, more on the GT Cut 2 right here than the JT1. Now, what's the downside of the JT1 aside from the midsole, the foam, I mean, of the midsole that really not durable is what I don't like is its support. Just because it's so light, sometimes it doesn't really make you a good support here. I know there's a lateral like rubber midsole here supporting the support, but whenever I use this, I need to really tie it thoroughly and tight here on the upper. And I think maybe because of also the tongue itself, it's not really padded. So yeah, if support is not really, if you want really a hug tight fit here and support on the lateral side, then don't get the JT1. Next that was released was the Ja1. Advantages of the Ja1. Yes, it is very good for guards. Traction's very great. Superb traction. Cushion here on this ankle collar. It's really supportive. Nice tongue. What I don't like with Ja1 when I first wear the Ja1 is this pointed part here. It's actually compressing my pinky toe. I think just because of how it is designed, pointed. If you notice, the KD16 is also pointed. The GT Hustle 2 is also pointed. So that's one thing to consider. I went 10.5 with the Ja1. I don't really know if I need to go for a size 11. I broke this in pretty good. Very durable rubber, very low to the ground. I like the cushion setup, more responsive. Not too bouncy, but it works. So if you want a good traction, lightweight shoe with nice support, then you can go with the Ja1. So which one is the disadvantage of these shoes is, again, very pointed here in the toe box. So if you have wide feet, I don't know if it's gonna hurt your pinky toe right here, but excuse me, so that's one thing to consider. One thing more that I don't like with the Ja1 is actually hurt my heel. Excuse me, because I think a little clunky in the heel, and the impact protection for me is not good. I'm on the heavier side, so one thing to consider. Our last one, or second to the last, is the Sabrina 1. Is actually very, very good hoop shoes. I tried it on. Very, very comfortable. It conforms to your foot. I saw some reviews with the Sabrina 1. They said the traction is not really good with the translucent one. We don't know about the solid rubber. So the outsole is kind of hard, but the midsole, React midsole, is very nice. As you can see there from the back, it's a Nike React. I'm gonna try this on this week. But I broke it in going to, let's just walking around and going outside the mall. Or one thing that you can compare from the Ja1 and the Sabrina 1 is look at the toe. So look at this Ja1 wide and then just get pointed at the tip. The Sabrina 1 is kind of narrow too, with just some outrigger. Lateral outrigger here is better than the Ja1. But when I try fitting this in, I think I need to go to size 11. but I haven't really wear them on playing basketball. So we'll see if this knit material will still gonna be adjusting, or if it's gonna be loosening up. But if you want good cushion, React foam is, I think, the go-to cushion right now for Nike. It doesn't really bottom out really quick, just like the cushion setup of the LeBron 20s. The only downside again is narrow here on this part of the toe box. The tongue is not really like supportive. It is the lowest of all the shoes, feeling lowest of all the shoes, especially in the ankle part right here. But for those players who want to play, use their PG6, I think you will like this setup, just because they have both React midsoles. I like playing with my PG6. That's my number one 2 years ago. So there you go. And I think these are the two cheapest ones. Lastly is the GT Hustle 2, which is also that box. So I'm gonna try using this week. It has so many good reviews, but upon fitting it, it doesn't really conforms to my foot really well based on my foot. Again, the narrow. Look at this, how narrow it is. See, this is a size and a half. I might maybe change this to size 11, just because when I wear it, it's just really pressed on my toe, so it's giving me discomfort. The upper is kind of different, kind of like a cloth material with hard part here on the heel. Cushions, the cushion is great, that's what they said. The traction is not really good, but lightest shoe probably is one of the lightest shoe as after Jason Tatum's shoe right there. So we'll see. So again, just to wrap this up, if you want a light, minimal feeling shoe, if support is not an issue, and you have a lot of rotation shoes, then you can go with JT1. If you want just a budget shoes that performs really well with good support and narrow feet, you can go with Ja1, a very responsive shoe. But if you're more of cushion, don't get the Ja1. Again, like I said, I had some heel pains with the Ja1, just because I came from an injury, which is plantar fasciitis. But that's one that it's included in my rotation, but it's on the late, maybe from 5 to 10 or 7 to 10. The Sabrina one is an all-around shoes. If you like good cushion with the React foam, kind of like I agree with one of the shoe reviewers that's it's kind of like the Kobe vibe. It is because on how they made this outrigger part, which is like a Kobe 5, and this part of the shoes looks like Kobe 5. Very supportive too, responsive. So well-balanced shoes is the Sabrina one. The only thing that you don't like about the Sabrina, based on my fitting, is again kind of minimal support on this part. It feels like low, like Kobe's. If you want now a mid cut shoes that is really lightweight, low to the ground, with full zoom strobo cushion, then you can go with the GT Hustle 2. Again, the only downside from what I know from most of the reviewers is again the stability and the traction. And lastly, your GT Cut 2 is a very, very supportive shoes, a little bottom heavy. So the traction's not that good. So reason why I'm gonna buy the GT2 is again because it's a drop-in midsole React foam for impact protection that is all around. You can pivot your foot very well, and once you break them in, they're really nice and comfortable. So if I were be choosing, in my opinion, which one I rock or included on my rotation, of course the JT1. I like minimal feeling shoes. I like the foam setup, the toe box or this toe part here, because I'm a toe player. I base on my toe. I usually use my toes in moving, so I don't usually a heel dragger or something. Next will be the Sabrina 1, which is also like the PG6. I also like the GT Cut 2. So 1, 2, 3 for the GT Cut 2 and the Ja1. And then I don't know about the Hustle 2, so we'll give you an update. So again, sorry for the long review. I hope I help you a lot with these reviews. Um, Lightweight, minimal traction support, cushion, and low to the ground, and all around all-star shoe. Just because negative side is the stability and the narrowness, and again the GT cut is makes you quick and bouncy. Again, this is versus kicks. Watch out for my next video. I'm gonna be updating you guys with my leaning way of weight shoes, which I always use after a month of wearing them, after a year of wearing them. So which one really is the bang for the buck? The shoes that you got, that's really really amazing in the feet. Thank you guys. Watch out for my new videos. Thank you. Versus kicks.